Uh, yeah. Where were we? I believe you had just found out that
In
some
a foyer.
shady shit had just happened.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
I'm going to inform the two people standing next to me that it looks like something really, really wrong has gone on here. I may not be the smartest one in the group, but it looks like somebody was kidnapped, and then it looks like somebody tried to make it look like there was a kidnapping. That tells me that he went willingly or something like that, and then
So,
tried to make it look like he didn't. Something's up. I don't know what it is.
how'd you come to that conclusion?
I came to the conclusion that, well, it looks like he was kidnapped but didn't put up a struggle, and then it looks like somebody came back and made a mess. That doesn't
Well,
make any sense. That doesn't make any sense unless it was either he went along willingly and then asked them to make a mess to cover it up, or he left and made a mess to cover up the fact that he left. I don't
perhaps,
know why.
perhaps, he was famous for his work as an alchemist. As I was saying, perhaps we should see if we cannot find his laboratory and
You
see
would
if
know
that
his
has been
laboratory is on the southern end of the house.
and see if that has not been ransacked or
Of
raided for
course,
his research.
of course, there is
Course.
still that banging sound coming from the second floor that is really getting to me, and I'd really
He
like to
could
know
be
what
a
the hell that
prisoner
is.
in his own home as well, so I am fine with
Yeah.
investigating that before we investigate his laboratory.
All right, second floor it is.
Mm. Okay, I'm good with that.
Are there stairs in this foyer?
There are not.
Hmm.
There's doors to the north, east, and south, and the door to the west behind the bay windows that you came in from.
Keep going straight back into the house. East door.
Mm.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
You're opening the eastern door. As you open the east door, it opens on well-oiled hinges with not a sound. This room has a large bay window facing east and seems to be ideal for eating breakfast or reading in the sun during cold weather. As it is currently morning, the sun streams into it. The room has 5 spell-sung chairs of wood and a very fine table that has actually been carved physically.
Hmm.
Does it appear to have been used recently?
There is a layer of dust on it. Are you studying this situation more closely?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't feel like I want to take a good look around, but I don't want to feel like I'm, trying to get those rolls in on every single room in here. But
That's fun. That's a
yes,
perfectly legitimate tactic.
Well, I didn't have the opportunity to check the main
Let's
room.
do it. Do. Let's do
What
it.
is it? Wisdom?
Leroy Jenkins.
let's all study the room.
What is
Yeah,
it? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Are we
I get a
really doing that?
7.
The Pathfinder we're all rolling?
Yeah, because I would point out that each of you could learn something different. Each of you could ask different questions. Or each of you could cause a ton of bad shit to happen when you fail.
like both of you. Wait, who's the fighter here?
Mark
Yeah.
XP and Mark XP.
And I learned something.
Okay, you can ask one question, and then I have to make a bunch of moves.
Jesus.
What here is not
Considering-
what it appears to be.
Oh, in this room? You see, outside the room, so, outside the bay windows to the east, there are several rare, colorful flowers they've still been extremely well tended to. So they probably would have died if someone hadn't been here every day tending to them.
Okay. Let me check outside. then
In the
later.
process, when you turn around, let's see, Inkarash is gone. When you turn around, you don't see him in the room anymore.
Uh-oh.
Guys, don't split the party. What are you doing?
In the process, like, you turn around, Inkarash is gone. And in his place, someone in a maid's outfit, like a serving uniform. I want to see if this works, actually. If I pop this picture up on this page, does it show up for you guys as well? Did that work?
Where? What?
No.
You didn't see it? Okay.
No.
Alright, I'll bring it over.
Where am I actually? Did I get whisked away?
We'll get to it. Calm your shit.
Alright.
You guys see this picture now?
Holy
Oh,
crap!
That doesn't look good.
So that's what you see shambling in the room. It comes up to Frederick William Mayfield the 14th as you turn around. It begins like battering him in the neck. Frederick William Mayfield the 14th. Let's see what happens to you. You take some amount of damage, and that damage is a d6. When you see this creature, it is utterly terrifying.
Oh, yeah, the girly scream was totally in character.
You take 6 points of damage.
Ah!
Inkirash.
Mm.
While you were looking around, something grabbed you by the shoulders and pulled you into the foray till it looks like a male version of the horrible monster you just saw go past you. It is trying to pull you close and, like, bite you in the neck, and you can hear it whispering. It's like, protect the house, serve the master, protect the house, serve the master.
Yes, I'm the master. Hello, how are you? Nope, I don't think this is going to work. Magic missile?
Okay, so how are you fast casting the spell? Like, we've learned previously that you, like, stand back and you wave stuff around while reading a book. How is it different now that something's literally about to bite you?
I might rush the incantation a little bit, hold 2 fingers out and hope that, and pray to Nethys that it works.
Very well, let's do it.
It's still
Let's do it.
It's still 2d6%, right?
Yep. Okay, so
take it.
on a 9, you have some problems there, friend. Let's talk about those problems.
Oh,
You have to choose one. You draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot. Your spell disturbs the fabric of reality. Take -1 to cast a spell until the next time you prepare. Or, after it's cast, the spell is forgotten. You cannot cast the spell again until you prepare spells.
Where is it? Well, I am loath to forget the spell when we're in the middle of the place. Let's say I draw unwelcome attention, and hopefully the fighter hears that attention as well.
Okay. So, you cast your spell. It's successful. In the process, the zombie creature that was attacking Frederick William Mayfield the 14th turns around and begins shuffling back to you as you blast its partner. Let's see how much you blast its partner for.
Out of curiosity, do I know anything about these?
Why, as a matter of fact, you can learn what you know. Okay, you hit it for 5 points of damage. So you blast a hole right through this thing's chest, and it continues to beat on you. And well, it's not beating on you, it's pulling you closer. And now its partner is, like, pushing Frederick Mayfield the 14th out of the way and coming in, and they're both, like, preparing to devour you.
Elder
You want to spout lore?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's happening. I'm giving you the option to do something, and you're choosing to spout lore. In the process, you're probably going to take damage because fictionally.
Actually, no. If it's a choice between spouting lore and getting the hell out of Dodge, I'm gonna get the hell out of Dodge.
So how are you evading these attacks? In what way?
That goes way back up to defy danger.
Wait, before you read... So you should read out Defy Danger, and you should fictionalize something in the way that you're doing that. But if you describe it in a way that matches something else, I'm going to ask you to roll that something else.
I'm going to use that new hole in its chest as a quick little, as a...
You jump through the hole.
No, I'm not going to jump through the hole. I'm going to attempt to maneuver myself so that the one with the hole in its chest is actually between me and the other one.
That'll put you out of danger from the other one. The one with the hole in its chest is still going to be attacking you. However, it sounds like you're trying to use quick thinking.
Yes.
Okay.
And then from there, I'll have an
This
easy
is
avenue
so
of
odd.
escape.
Yeah, this is actually awesome because most of the time everyone's like, I step out of the way. I'm like, okay, sounds like you're using dexterity. Seriously, on almost 100% of situations, people say something that invokes dex. Yeah, you're trying to quick thinking your way out of this.
Yeah, and
I can't wait to see how this possibly fails.
And by then, and by the time I do that, I'll have the front door in front, the front door, a clear path to the front door.
And
be
I'll
nice.
also be coming in to help you, hopefully,
Okay.
as soon as I can.
Let's resolve actions in order then.
I would also, when appropriate, take an action as well.
Yeah. So remember, this is Dungeon World. There's no initiative, but it does sound like we are stacking things in story mode. So yeah, you maneuver the first one, and the other one's trying to get around the first one, and the female one is like, "Husband, get out of the way!" And she like shoves him. He stumbles out of the way, and in the process, she's off balance too. It becomes very clear that neither of them are really good fighters. They're just terrifying undead monstrosities. And then they both begin moving after Encourage, who's making towards the door. Eladamri, sorry, you're up. What would you like to do? Thor? Oh, come back. You can blame it all on me. Alright, we're going to cut to Frederick William Mayfield the 14th real quick.
I would like to actually spout lore about these creatures
Oh, there we go.
Muted.
that hopefully we'll be able to use that now. Hopefully we'll spout lore in order to give Thor or Eladamari a better
Very well.
means of attack.
Why don't you consult your accumulated knowledge?
I will consult my accumulated knowledge with a 10.
Alright. You need to learn something interesting and useful about them. You see, or you know that these are Juju zombies, and that around their necks they wear some sort of amulet that stores their soul inside, and if you were to remove that from them, they would cease to function.
So I will call it, cut the necklace from the creature and it will fall.
All right.
That sounds like a plan.
So that's your plan. Tell me how you do it.
I am going to go for the one who's closer to me, trying to come up behind him or her, whoever that person is, her, stab her in the leg, pinning her to the ground with my spear, and getting her into a grapple and trying to yank that necklace off.
Okay. Why don't you roll for hack and slash?
Okay.
Because it sounds like you told me what you want, what you really, really want. All right.
6.
Mark
That's
XP.
bad.
You have failed a hack and slash roll. I get to make a
yes.
move.
Yeah. I don't. So there's no grapple sort of thing in.
There's like fictional stuff. So speaking of grappling, you approach. The female like whips around and slaps you across the face with her bone hard, like dry sack of flesh. It's clear that most of the muscles just rotted out of this thing, and it's being powered entirely by like moving bone. And in the process, she starts locking onto you and like giving you a grapple hug and just squeezing your body in. Why don't you roll a d6? So actually, I should never have rolled that die earlier, because as a GM, I rarely, if ever, roll anything. Why don't you roll a d6, and that's how much damage you're dealt.
Does my armor help with that?
It will apply against this, yes.
Okay, so I'm still good.
Yeah. She's trying to crush you, but, you know, you keep your shit together.
Yeah.
What do you guys do now?
Well,
You've still got one zombie currently attempting to give Eladamri a hug, and the other one, the male one, the one with the hole in its chest, is advancing on Enkirash.
Well, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. Magic missile.
Okay?
This time with the dagger out. Hopefully nothing goes wrong.
You wave the dagger at it, wiggling it back and forth.
Oh no. Mark XP?
Mark XP. Yeah, why don't you roll a d6? As you're waving the dagger at it, it slaps the dagger out of the way, causing your spell to begin failing, like your arcane sigils begin deconstructing, and your spell backlashes and explodes in your face. You take 4 points of damage from your own
Ow.
deconstructing arcane reservoir. And then the male zombie continues to advance on you, chanting, "Protect the house, serve the master. Protect the house, serve the master."
Where is the master now?
Yeah, you ask him a question, and he continues to say that chant. What do the rest of you do?
I am going to continue in fighting as dirty as possible, as is my style. And whilst in that clinch, I'm going to headbutt the zombie and then try and remove that damn necklace with my teeth.
Okay. So, because of the way you've worded this, you're not using your spear, so you don't get the precise tag, so you need to roll strength.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent. Well, it's a great story.
Yep.
Yep.
8.
All right. So, there's a complication.
Yes. Which
Let's
is,
talk about it.
Let's talk about complications.
You deal damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. Roll your damage, and then roll a d6 for how much is dealt to you.
Let's see.
See, Dan, are you enjoying Dungeon World yet? Look how different it is from Pathfinder.
I deal 8 and take 4 back. Ow.
All right, yeah. You roll good. You do some good rolls. Okay, yeah, you mostly get the necklace off. It is shaped like a compass, and you crack the S and the W off of it. And the creature starts shrieking. It's like, "Ah, my soul! Ah!" What do you guys do? You know, Frederick William Mayfield the 14th, we haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah.
What's up with you?
Yeah, the last thing I did was spell lore. So, I am thinking it's time to weave my arcane art, weave a basic spell into, what is the move called? think it's time I weave a performance into a basic spell, and I will take out my father's famous, if repaired, mandolin and play a little song. Uh, uh, and I'm eventually gonna try and pull a DJ Wheat, but I'm not there yet. Where I can.
Oh, you're gonna do the Lord Wyman where you actually rhyme all of your
I'm gonna try eventually, but I certainly can't do it right now. But I'm gonna sing a little song about the bravery of and foolishness of trying to bite anything off of a zombie.
The awesomeness, you mean?
Exactly. That's why I say bravery and stupidity all at the same time.
What is your mandolin like? What song does it sound like?
For
some reason, this is gonna sound weird, but I assume it sounds like Katy Perry's "Teenage Dream." You're just like playing "Teenage Dream," and you're like, "You should stop trying to bite things off zombies."
I swear, if you ask anyone to tune your mandolin, I'm out.
And of course, as I start singing this, and this magic starts swirling around me, and left sharks start dancing to my side.
Is that part of your, like, you call it an illusion of sharks?
Well,
no, not just shark, left shark.
If all of my songs are Katy Perry songs,
I'm not saying they are. That's just what I heard in my head.
I think all of my songs are going to be based on Katy Perry songs.
Excellent.
And yes, two sharks start dancing.
All right.
I give him a plus. I give him a
is this sharks? Real quick, is that your magic, or is that something from your family line? That's
No, I got it. That's not an owl. Everyone thinks it's an owl that's embroidered into the clothing, but it's actually a shark.
Got it. It's your family's mystical sigil animal.
It's our spirit animal.
Let's roll it. Let's see if
shark.
you.
So I'm using the bard move.
Yep.
I guess I choose the effect before I roll, don't I?
Yep.
So I will give him the plus 1d4 forward to damage.
Okay, and who are you giving that to?
Thor, since he was the one who was both bravely and stupid.
I don't see any Thors here.
Ella Damari.
There we go.
Sorry.
Ella Damari.
Since the song was both about bravery and stupidity.
Yep, let's do it.
And rolling 1 plus macro, come back to me. There we go.
Macro, come back.
I seem to have the...
No. Now roll twice. So I got an 8.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
7 to 9. Your spell still works, but you draw unwanted attention or your magic reverberates to other targets affecting them as well. GM's choice.
Yeah, so the one that was crushing Ella Damari, here's your magic, and its grip gets so much tighter on Ella Damari, and then it, lets go and begins rushing towards you, Frederick William Mayfield the 14th. Emboldened by this new spell that you have inwoven upon it. What do you guys do?
Scream like a little girl once again.
I seem to have been freed from that grip. Excellent.
I'll take to get the hell out of Dodge, because I think there's still one coming after me.
So let's resolve Ella Damari.
Alright.
I drop to the ground, picking up my spear, roll up and throw my spear at the one going for Mr. F14 here.
Well,
trying
that
to
sounds like you're making a volley move. Using your spear as a aimed weapon.
I'm just trying to be awesome, so I don't know. Okay. What's that? Just a roll dex?
It will be awesome. It's still dex.
Okay. Sounds easy enough. 8.
Okay. You have to pick from the options. Your move, you have to get in danger or you take minus 1d6 damage, or you take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1. Obviously, that can't be an option.
Yeah. I'll put myself in danger by doing it.
Okay, so I think that you rolled, but when you came up, you realized you rolled in the wrong direction. You actually rolled towards the outside door, placing you between the male zombie and Kirash. Roll your damage against the female zombie currently running at Frederick William Mayfield the 14th. Yeah, tell me how you kill her.
As she's running towards him, screaming, suddenly he starts to scream as well, and then one of the screams goes silent as a spear's tip suddenly goes through her the back of her head, comes out her mouth, and she drops.
Yeah, she does. All right, Ankarash, you were gonna run away.
I was, but now I have a...
Maybe you, like, step outside the house and then turn around so you, like, skid and there's, like, dramatic dust cloud that comes up in, like, a plane angle. So it's like, whoosh.
Well, I got a fighter in between me and it. However, the fighter doesn't have a weapon, so... Yes, getting outside the house sounds pretty good right about now.
Okay.
Especially with my main damage-dealing spell offline. So that's Dex.
No, I mean, what are you doing? You're just running outside? You're not in any danger currently. The fighter's between you and it.
Can I aid the fighter in some way?
Yes, of course. In what way are you doing that?
Probably try to nick at this thing's, probably just gonna try to nick at this thing's arms as soon as it tries to get in range. Give him, like, at least distract him a little bit so that the fighter can get, an advantageous grip.
Of course. Go ahead and roll. Plus bond.
Alright.
Oh, good. Yeah, you do that. You definitely force your fighter into that advantageous position, but in the process, the male zombie reaches up and grabs one of the books out of your bag of books and shreds it apart with his bony fingers.
Oh no.
Mark down -1 use.
You
Not the
prick.
book. Anybody else want to get anything in before I go again? This whole no initiative thing is kind of throwing me
It's
off.
messing me up too.
Yeah.
Just because I try to be very patient. Perhaps to a fault in Dungeon World.
Well, think of it this way. You're writing a story, so when is it cool for you to jump in and be like, and then I did something awesome?
So, seeing this female zombie charging at me past...
She's dead.
Right, but still... I would have tried to react.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Didn't want to
Let's
interrupt.
describe it.
I see this thing running at me, and as Thor's Eldamari is jamming his spear through its back of its head, I would have tried to defend myself, of course, by slamming a door in its face.
So that's your move then? You're going to cut yourself off from the rest of the fight? That's fine.
to
Trigger
to
every
defy
encounter.
danger.
You don't have to defy any danger. It's dead. There's no danger.
But it sounds.
Yeah, it sounds awesome, but he literally killed it. There's nothing you're not in danger, but you can close the door if you want to cut off the other zombie from having any access to you.
But
So
the
to give
other
you a quick overview,
doesn't seem... the other zombie is not currently directing its attention at me. It's directing it at the
the other zombie is directing its attention at El Damari and Inkarash. You are in the other room, the sun room. They're in the foyer, currently immediately brawling with it. So is there something else you'd like to do, or should we come back to you?
Come back.
Closing the door is a legitimate tactic if you want to just go ahead and do that.
No, I'm dramatic. and
Okay, so
visually.
you stand there for a little while. You're like, I can't believe that zombie almost got to me.
Yes, that's exactly what he does.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll describe what I'm gonna do, and you tell me what I'm doing.
Fascinating.
I am going to kick the zombie in the knee, trying to break its joints to slow it down, and then take a roll around it, take a roll to the side, and grab its attention, and steer it away from the wizard, Mister Ankirash. But try and slow him down in the process. Try and get that whole, what do you call that thing? And trying to get that whole circling thing going in boxing, like slow him down and then go circle him. Just buy us some time.
Sure. That sounds like hack and slash.
Okay.
With strength. Your fists are your weapon.
My
That means some
my
very
leg.
bad things depending on what you roll.
That's 10 then.
Okay, yeah, you deal damage. Would you like to compound it, adding an extra d6 at the risk of being attacked?
Not this time, no,
Okay.
because I am actively trying to circle it. But I kick it for 3 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, you hear some crunching bone where cartilage used to be in its knee, but it still stands up. It appears to, rather than be connected by flesh or cartilage, it's magically driven.
I detect magic.
Oh, dripped.
Okay, that's your thing that you're doing. You need to cast a spell.
7.
What would you like to pick?
What was it? Unwanted attention, danger in the fabric of reality, or forget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to disturb the fabric of reality.
Oh god.
Okay, in what way is the fabric of reality disturbed?
Well,
I'm disturbed by the fact that the zombie's still moving. But
everything sounds like it's vaguely underwater, and everything's just a little bit more purple, at least to me.
The empurpling. It's an effect that can happen. 4 out of 5 wizards recommend you avoid it.
And that's why all the hippopotami in this region are purple.
of course.
So, Inkarash,
Yes.
let's see here. You do detect that the amulet that it is wearing, which this one is in the shape of, it looks like a cross, but instead of empty space between the top and the sides, it's actually like a half circle.
And the other one looked like a compass rose, you said?
Yep.
Huh.
More importantly, its whole body is magical. It seemed there's something strange about this magic, however.
Everything's going purple.
That's strange, but the magic powering this creature is unusual. You've never detected anything quite like
I
this before.
think I might be on the cusp of learning something.
You could be, yeah.
At this point, I would like to charge into the room dramatically. Say, no. You've got to take out the necklace. Watching the scuffle with the knee and the tripping and all that.
And while he's doing his whole heroic thing, it's like I write a couple notes in the margin. Like, I wonder what would happen if we put the two necklaces together.
All right.
And I'm going to come in and try, while he's got it sort of fumbling, come in and catch the chain of the necklace and snap it off with my rapier.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead. Roll hack and slash.
Hack and slash.
And you're using a precise weapon, so you get dex. All right. Roll damage.
All righty.
Oh, righty then. Okay, in the process, you snap off the southern half of the cross. You don't quite get it off, but the creature starts shaking and it's like, "No! I will serve the master! Protect the house!" And begins beating on Eldamare. Eldamare, what do you do in response?
Oh, you fool! I could have learned so much from that amulet.
The amulet's still mostly intact.
For the chain! I'm aiming for the chain!
Well, aim better.
Well, I'm gonna try and dodge out of the way and get to my spear so I can actually go and do some proper damage here.
Okay, you
While
roll
he's
over
flailing
and recover
about.
your spear.
And
It sounds like you're defying danger by using dexterity, by getting out of the way or acting fast.
sounds reasonable.
Yeah, let's roll it. Because you have an imminent threat. Okay, mark XP. Alright. Oh man, this is even better because on a... Yeah, so...
That's a 5, but
Yeah.
you know.
You marked
But
that
still
XP.
pretty horrible. It is.
Why don't you roll a d6 as it begins screeching? Its horrible, reeking breath rolls over you, and it starts picking up like pieces of that shattered pottery that's in here, and it's like, "No, I'll have to clean this up later, but your corpse will be delicious!" As it just begins like picking things up and hitting you with them. It eventually gets to the spell-sung desk in the foyer and slams it into you. It sounds like you're taking 3 points of damage from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so badass that it hits you with a desk, and the desk fucking shatters, splinters are going everywhere. You stand up like the fucking Terminator and just casually go over and pick up your spear.
Yep. And jam it through its face.
Oh, okay. Let's do that then. Is that a 9?
Well, that's a 9 unless I'm getting any bonuses from anything.
No. You had an
Well,
aid
yeah,
check
no.
from before, but that was on your last roll.
Oh. So that was a 6, but still
Yeah.
failed.
Still failed.
Okay.
Okay, so you deal your damage and they make an attack against you. So roll a d10 and then roll a d6.
That's the spear, and I'm wonderful at doing damage on both.
Why don't you
accounts.
tell me how you kill this thing and how it counter-strikes you?
Well, I always have to be the most badass person around, so I go and I run it through with my spear, not really noticing the fact that there's crap all around, which makes me sort of get a little bit off balance. So it manages to, with its dying breath, we both fall down, and it slashes at me as we're both just sort of rolling around for the last seconds of its unlife.
Okay. How far are you down in hit points?
I've taken 16 points of damage out of 25.
And after you drop this thing, I'm just gonna be like, "That was a good show. Here, have one of my potions." That was
thanks.
truly impressive.
I believe a health potion heals, what, 10 hit points?
Yep, 10 hit points.
Here's to you. Cheers. I will gladly drink that.
Cheers. Now, what can I learn from the recently double deceased?
Well, it sounds like you might be attempting to discern realities.
Sure.
Okay. You're
So-
studying a person.
So that's flat 2d6.
Plus wisdom. But yeah.
So flat 2d6.
Yep.
Mark
Mark
XP.
XP.
I was so close to learning something. So close.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think as you look down on these two creatures in Kirash, you start screaming in your brain. It's like you must scream, but you have no mouth, and you have flashes of you like being bashed in the head. You have a flash of you being stabbed in the face. You have a flash of your leg being cut off. Like over and over again, you just remember dying constantly.
What?
As
And
he's
and as it happens at the very end of your vision of these horrible like blood filled, it's like you're there. You remember it happening from your point of view, just the horrible things that happen, and the last thing you see before the visions end is a black robed figure on a motorcycle with a skeletal scythe, with blood gushing from its cloak in the front where its face should be, and it says, "This will be you, now, always, and forever. You are my agent." And then, like, you snap back to reality.
so.
Uh,
Did this last
To the rest of you, it was but an instant.
an instant? Okay, it was like a minute, a second. Yeah.
so I shake my head a little bit, and it's like, I wonder what happens if. I wonder if these two necklace pieces can fit together.
Okay, you pick them up. They do not fit together, especially now that they're broken, but certainly not before.
Do the design, in terms of like coloration